Levon, please have a seat. Levon, hello. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. We liked your attack. And so, you know how to do this or what? You want to do this? We go to your game. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Very nice. Did you analyze with Baadur?
Not really. We just.
You just talk about it.
Yeah, we just talk.
Okay,
about
we
it
had. You want to go through the opening or just to the moment that it was actually very?
Whatever
We
you
thought
like.
it was very interesting. Well, what do you like? What do you like? What would you like to?
I'm, I'm a guy who doesn't like to do anything.
Okay. You wanna? Okay, let's start. Let's start with the opening. Tell us whenever.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, generally, I think that A6, A5 is a bit dubious. So, where's the mouse?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. I failed to notice it.
Yeah, this is better. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Yeah. This E takes D5 is nice, no?
It's a way to play, I guess.
It's another way to play.
I
You
prefer
know
it.
my game against Tal?
No, sorry.
Okay, this was E takes D5.
Okay.
doesn't matter. Okay, let's not talk about it. So...
Did you win?
No, I had a winning position. But I lost.
Okay.
He outplayed me. And we had a very nice tweet. And the tweet was, is Aronian out Jobavaing Jobava? That was a nice tweet.
Oh.
Did you have this feeling that you were tricking
I thought I'm playing very natural moves. I didn't really think that I was doing something out of the ordinary. Those are very... I think this is dubious anyway. So I think what he did... Well, I mean, this knight on b4, it's going to get lost someday.
Yeah. The knight on b5 is better than the knight on b4, no? Knight on b4
because
is...
it can come back.
Yeah, exactly. And d6, there's something to attack. The square d6 and c7, but there's nothing to attack on d3 and c2. So the knights are not the same knights.
I mean, I won't say that black is in huge trouble or anything, but it looks very risky. I mean, I would not want to play like this with black. Because I think that this attack looks very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous, yeah. But there is one moment that we were discussing the analysis with Johanan. So this is okay. But now we thought, what is wrong with knight takes b2? Is that not his only chance?
I thought that was the only move.
Yeah. Okay, and then we couldn't figure out how this was not that easy.
Sure, but I have many options.
Okay.
I saw this option, like to lure his knight to d6 and play knight h5, which looks very good. Queen d2, because like for example, in a position like this, I for example can do something like this: knight d6, for example, and knight e4, and he can never take. I play queen c2. But it's very stupid, of course, to exchange my knight for his knight. But generally, in case he does this, his knight is very vulnerable. So his knight has to go away, then he has to go away. It's very hanging piece. And then after knight h5, I thought, well, something will happen.
Okay, this is, of course...
I mean, generally, when you see such position, of course, you can analyze it, try to calculate it, but, I mean, when you have an experience of playing chess for as many years...
it's good for... It must be good for white.
You're guessing that things will work out.
Well, because we showed the difference between these two bishops, while they are still full in the attack, and these two knights... This is the problem with knights. They're only working on the short distance. So, but when he played knight takes c4, what was your feeling?
Well, I felt that, I mean, he already went for this with knight e8, so...
He couldn't go back anymore.
Yeah.
After knight d6, he must...
He has to. But I was, of course, very surprised when he played queen h4.
Yeah, because then it's lost. So this is actually his last chance to take on b2.
No, or
and then
maybe
you say this.
Maybe Actually, I think queen d2 is a good move. I wasn't sure what he can do here, but no, this is already lost. Yeah, somehow I believe that this is beyond.
That this is the critical moment, and here he didn't thought for so long, but then he was lost. He started to think very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but generally, I mean, even if things go really wrong for white, if you after sacrifice a pawn, it's just a pawn. You can make a slow move.
Yeah.
The knight is still on b4, so I was confident that the position is very good for me.
Actually, this whole setup with the knight on b4 is not correct.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's not with the bishop on b1. Well, I don't want to repeat things, but the bishop on b1 is working. And the knight on b4 is not working. And it cannot go back. There is no squares on a6, c6. You cannot do anything.
Yeah.
So probably the whole setup is not.
Probably. I mean, he had to try something different. Maybe take and try to play with d6. Although that's also very dubious, because once I put the knight on g3, f4. Everything is going my way. Well,
you can always play rook a3 and rook g3 and whatever, and the knight is still there on b4. So then you have to go back further. How far do we have to go back? Then actually this whole setup with a5 and knight a6 and knight b4 is, and then he should just play the normal thing with d6 and knight is and push b5.
Probably.
So. How do you feel? Actually, you both had not a good tournament so far. You both had 4.5 points out of, what was it, 14. And, okay, now you won the game. But you're not really in perfect shape, let's say. Is there a reason? Is there
Well, I've lost some very, very silly game against Wesley.
So
that's one of the reasons. And, of course, against Magnus, I've played a terrible game. So when you play a couple of terrible games, it's difficult to come back because the rest of the field is very strong.
Yeah.
And
there are no weakies, actually. Not like in a normal tournament you can have.
And it's kind of a thing to do, when your opponent is struggling, it's important just not to give him any chance to win.
Yeah.
And the rest, he'll start pushing and create problems for himself.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what everybody does, and that's how the business is.
You were for so long time. You were second in the world, even until May last year. I saw some interview with Topalov where he said, "I don't want to play for the first 5 places in the world. I want to. My aim is higher." Is it the same with you? Are you still in competition for the world title? What are your goals?
I've been playing some unimpressive games lately. So starting from the candidates where I've played very badly. So I'm just, it's kind of a ladder. You go back a little bit. So I'll.
But did things change in your life? Did you marry, divorce, get more children than you want, or whatever? No big things.
No big things. Hopefully they'll come when the time is right.
All these things?
Well, I'm not a big fan of divorce, but the rest that you said sounds very, very appealing.
Okay. Now, so we have a look at the other games, because you're probably maybe interested in, and we are interested in your opinion about the position of
this looks
Carlsen.
like a fine position for black. I mean...
for black? Really?
Yes, if he's in time to bring his knight somewhere. To
d4, of course, yeah.
Although those positions are very, very concrete. If white manages to put the knight on f5, of course, it's not going to be heaven for black.
Yeah, because then if you have to take, then
So I'm guessing like rook d1,
it
d7,
looks
knight f5. Although maybe white is pressing. So
you
queen f6, of course, looks more logical.
Queen f6.
And then something like knight h2, I'm guessing.
And to come here.
Yeah, just to annoy the guy, so he doesn't have the time to bring his knight to d4. It's very balanced, and I guess the important factor is that white has more time.
Yeah, and you have this terrible bishop for the moment. So only when this knight is coming.
I think it's a very interesting position.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think of this streak of Carlsen? He started very slow with 1 out of 3, and then he came with his 5 out of 5. That's
very impressive.
That's impressive, no?
Very impressive.
To come back, actually, after such a slow...
Yeah. I mean, always, any kind of streak is is an incredible thing to achieve.
Okay, then we have a very important game. That is Giri against Ding.
Looks white is winning, no? We cannot take f6? Yeah, it's finished.
It's finished now.
Yeah.
White is winning. But it was a strange thing. He started, and now look at this. Somewhere he had the impression it was...
No, I saw that the g4 is there, and after g4 it looks lost for black.
Yeah. Well, this is a nice move, that g4, no? It's a nice move.
Sure.
There's a lot of pins and a lot of things around. And now it continued. Yeah, he played this, but then, of course, you have to sacrifice.
This is hopeless. I mean, the knight on a4 is not much better than
the knight on b4 and not b4. All these knights on the edge. S6, this looks very promising for white.
I think it's completely winning.
Yeah. Okay, he's coming. Now he takes an h5. Now he comes there. Yeah. Knight c3, aha.
Queen d4.
Queen d4, yeah. And now if you take somewhere, you have the f6 and bishop c2 and all the other moves. Yeah. Yeah, it looks winning for Giri. And the other game that is...
I think Vachier is doing very well. I think he's better there. I mean,
okay, they played very quick up to... I'll show you, up to here.
Oh, that's my game with Grishuk.
So far?
Yeah.
So where did it change?
I think I played knight c2 or something, if I remember it correctly. Or maybe I played like this, but... yeah.
He played h3. That's a difficult move, no? h3. What is h3? What does it do? Making a hole for the king. Well, what? What is h3?
I mean, generally the position is drawn, but what I feel is happening now, I feel black is pressing big time. I mean, after he got this bishop f8 in.
Yeah. Rook 88, rook f1. Knight d3. He comes with the rook.
Yeah, knight c5 was a very nice move.
Knight c5. He just let him take on c5 and f7. It doesn't matter. You have bishop c3 and then everything is protected.
You have this knight on a3, which is once again on the
again.
On the
so we have a knight on a4, a knight on b4, and a knight on a3, and they're all bad knights.
It's a good lesson for children.
It's an old law, and even on the highest level,
some laws apply. Yeah.
Some laws.
Yeah, I think bishop f8 was very nice, and then black is just slightly better.
But this is a nice setup, of course. Just to give him the pawn, maybe we have to show this take. And then when normally you're very happy if you have two of these rooks there, but now you're not sitting here. There's nothing happening here.
You have that knight.
You have that terrible knight. But it shouldn't be that bad if you just take on h7. How can you lose this? How can you lose?
You'll get mated. That's how we will lose. Check from d4.
Oh, that's why. Then he shouldn't have played h3. He should have played g3. yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Well, then he should play knight c2 now. Well,
ooh,
yeah, it looks bad. It looks bad. Yeah. It's okay. So this is not possible. We just go back.
So he went rook e7, bishop f8.
Bishop f8.
And now it looks like black's position is very pleasant.
Yeah, now he's the other rook. But then he still has...
I mean, with the rook on c2.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah. Couldn't he play rook f3? Here? Or is that bad?
But how you do it?
No, okay, yeah. No, it's possible, not possible. Okay, rook c2.
Well, I'm predicting that, I mean, if nothing extraordinary will happen, black will probably win this one.
Is it that much?
Maybe it's not so much, but it's just so annoying to play with white. Because everything is hanging, you don't know what to opt for.
Maybe just play a3 and wait.
Right.
Just play a3 and do nothing and give him something. If you play this, what is wrong with that? Is it so bad?
I'm always kind of scared of these things.
You can protect with
maybe rook d3.
Rook d3, yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to ask you to play rook a7, and then I'll start my play with h5, rook g3, things like this.
Yeah. And if I take this pawn,
h5.
You're going to mate me or what?
I hope so. Rook g3.
And then
you can play like rook g1, huh?
Yeah, I'll give you an exchange if this possible. Bishop d4.
Like rook d1. But that should be, my king should be super safe because a7 square is
correct. Yeah.
Protected.
Correct.
I can also take rook g2 and there is mate with two rooks. Okay. Now it's some trouble. You can't play this.
No.
You can't do anything like this.
No, because it's mate,
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So it looks very good for Russia.
Yeah. He's doing well. So and let's have a look at what else we have.
And Hoi Fan's game, yeah?
We have a tweet from Paco Vallejo.
That's
a very good tweet, no? That's a grandmaster tweet. Beautiful attacking game by Levon Aronian today on Tata Steel Chess. He's congratulating you.
Thank you, Paco.
Very good.
We've played many times against each other, against Paco.
Yeah,
and I always like to tease him, because I always get losing positions, but I always survive somehow. So the last time I lost against him, it was under 10 tournament in Duisburg. So,
thank you, Paco. Very nice. Colleagues who are congratulating each other. That's always nice.
He's a good player.
What is it? Saric van Wely. We were, I think it was an end game like this. Yeah, we were so far.
This is extremely unpleasant for black.
Yeah, because the play is on the queen side, no? And the pieces on white are already on the queen side.
Yeah.
So this, knight a2. Defending. The knight can come nicely to b3 if you exchange. Attacking.
Yeah, somehow I don't see what black is going to do here.
And knight c1, yeah, of course.
The king comes to the center, knight comes to b3 with this terrible bishop on f8.
Yeah.
There isn't much joy.
Do you like studies, Levon?
Well, I saw Mr. Afek was here.
Yes.
So, I mean, he's one of the best study composers. So
may I offer you a study that we gave to our viewers?
I love his studies and
okay, and you are not. The problem is the solution is immediately. No, please don't look at the right side of the. Okay, at this. Okay, I can maybe put. Wait a minute. I put some because there's the solution. Now, look. Have a look at the position.
Uh-huh.
Now you can have a look at the position.
So,
So
it's who to play?
I have no idea what we are seeing now, but okay, maybe it's completely ridiculous. Sorry.
White is winning. What is this? It's black to move?
White is... Oh, no, it's the wrong thing. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, I show you the beginning.
You showed me the solution.
I showed you the final position.
That's
that's
very
a
nice
shame.
of you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sure Johan is going to be very happy with you.
Johan likes it. Okay, but look at what happens. Look at those happens.
So it's knight c2, knight a1.
Yeah, okay, but this, we know the solution already, but it's beautiful. He cannot take, of course.
Yeah. And knight a1, huh?
Don't you like it?
It's very beautiful.
But now you have the same position without the knights. And then you have this...
It's very nice.
Locking up the knight. And this, and now it's Zugzwang. But for both.
Yes.
That's nice, no?
Lovely. It's good that you showed me the
that's stupid. That was stupid. I gave you the solution.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. Do you do studies? Do you compose studies?
No, but Akopian composes studies. He does good studies.
And you like it?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't have it in me. I like to
solve them, or just to enjoy the.
I'm not a big fan of solving them as well. I think I solve very little things. I admire them, I really, but
like art.
Yes, it's definitely art.
There's a solution competition during this tournament always. The last weekend, big players are playing. John Nunn is always coming and competing, and more grandmasters are competing. Very nice.
Right.
Okay, Levon. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.